If you have been interested in UV printing or getting a UV printer or wishing you could, one, afford one, or two, have space for it at your house, this video is perfect for you. I am going to be walking through my new EUFYMAKE E1 UV printer. I'm going to show you all about it, my first thoughts. I'm going to unbox it, show you how easy it is to set up, and some of the projects I've already been able to do. I am super excited to partner with EUFYMAKE to bring you this video and share with you all of the potential you can have with this printer. So if you are new to UV printing, it allows you basically to print on pretty much anything. So far, I have printed on ceramic tiles, coasters, plastic, paper. I printed on notebooks. I printed on wood items I cut with my laser cutter, and I printed on tumblers, and I made my own UV DTF transfers using the printer and the laminating machine. I printed on tumblers using the Rotary, and there's just so many possibilities of what I can print on. This printer made it super easy, right? Like out of the box, setting up and getting printed was so fast. The actual printer itself is about 20 by 16 by 14, so it will fit in a lot of places. It's pretty compact. The print area is A3 size, so 15.75 inches by 11.8 inches. You can print a pretty good size with the printer. The E1 UV printer will be launching on Kickstarter. So if you are interested in getting one for yourself, I recommend you're going to need to go through the Kickstarter website in order to get the printer. It's starting in April, at the end of April, and is going to run through June. So make sure you check out the link in the description of this video that will walk you through the pricing, how to do it, the different bundles you can get. It's all available in that link underneath this video. I've used a lot of different printers and machines and things over the years, especially for this channel. And this truly, I was telling my family that this was the easiest machine I've ever set up and got like perfect prints right away. It was very user-friendly. It was simple to get out of the box. The software is easy to install and use. And the first few prints were flawless. It was so easy. Before I get into specific prints, how they looked, what that process was, let's go through the unboxing of the printer and getting the software installed. So you're gonna take out the packaging from the shipping box, and it's packaged up really nice, but it's really easy to take off any of the packaging, and there are like the sticky things around on the front and the back, so make sure you take off those stickers. And there's actually a box with power cords and a few things inside that you'll want to empty out. In your package, you're going to get the ink cartridges that come with all of the different colors and your cleaning cartridge, as well as the cleaning cartridge kit, which has a few additional white inks, another cleaning cartridge, and a little box full of some cleaning supplies. If you need to, tend to your inks, all of that is in that box. The box that came inside the printer has the power cables. It has a few blank magnets. I'm going to use those later. It's got some UV goggles and the filter. So the first thing you'll need to do is plug in the power cable on that right side and plug it into the wall or wherever you're going to have it live. It will have a green light on the side and on the top once it is on and working. And then you're going to install each ink. They do have them packaged individually, so you're going to want to take them all out, and then they really just like click in on the top. So you can see that the colors are on the back as well as on the actual ink. You can see the letters on the top when you get to that black, white, and your gloss. And you'll see that they are installed correctly with those two green lights. And once you get the ink installed, you're going to actually add the ink cartridge. So this comes in a package. It's got 3 little holes on the back, and you'll kind of remove these red little protector things, and you're going to stick it in there, push it in so those like pokey things go through the holes, and then you'll be able to install the filter. All of this is actually really, really simple. This one you're going to take off the top where it says EUFYMAKE and just plop in that filter. So getting the printer fully set up only took me a handful of minutes. I am going to take a second to show you the different boxes that you'll get. You will get this print bed with your package, and this just has the like testing papers. I don't really know what to call those, but they're kind of like cover sheets that go on the beds. The smaller bed is already in the printer, and you'll get your bigger one to change out if you need it. If you add on the materials kit to your bundle, you may or may not get this package, but the materials kit comes with a ton of different things like mugs and phone cases and coasters and a bunch of different materials that you can use to practice and print on. You can also add on the rotary attachment when you buy your printer. So I have one. This is what it looks like in the box. It's pretty much just one unit, and it'll swap in and out from that print bed. And there's a few other different things in there. I'm honestly, at this point, not sure what to use them for, but we will be having a more in-depth video later on. And I also got the laminating machine. You're going to want to grab this if you are interested in making your own UV DTF transfers. The power goes right in the back, turning it on and getting it started. It has detailed directions to help you on it. I'm also going to do another detailed video with directions as well. It comes with some transfer paper, a scraper and a tool, a cutter, and everything you need to start making your own UV DTF transfers. So all of these can be added on when you first buy the printer. Once you get the printer where you want it, you will need to install the software and get it connected to the printer. The first time you do this, you're going to need to use your phone or your iPad or tablet in order to get started. And I am going to show you what it looks like on my iPad. And just to be transparent, I had to film the iPad versus screen recording because I have an old one. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set up the software and get it connected to your printer. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the iPad, but it'll look the same if you use your phone. The first step is to get your software connected to your printer and connected to the Wi-Fi. It's going to take you through step by step how to do this. So you're going to connect to Wi-Fi, press the button, and then you're going to walk through what the program tells you to do. It's very, very straightforward. Likely you're going to have to do a firmware update, and that will take a few minutes. And so kind of let that go. Press OK, and then you're going to get it calibrated and the ink's going to get going, and you're just going to follow the directions. So it's going to calibrate, and you're going to have to add that sort of cover paper to the print bed. So they do have a sticky back, so you're going to remove that protective sheet on the back, and you're going to stick this paper down onto the bed. And you're going to do this for, right now we're just going to do this small print bed, but you'll do the same process when you eventually switch later to install the larger bed when it's time to use it. So get that all attached and go back to the app, and it's going to kind of walk through what's next. So it says to initialize, you'll press OK, and it's going to go through each of those things. It'll check them off as you go. So it's like, you know, checking the bed, checking alignment, doing the cartridges, all of that. So you're going to press OK, the printer is going to do its thing, and eventually it's going to actually do a test print where it's going to print all of the different colors just to make sure that they're all coming out okay. So again, they have pictures and videos and a step-by-step through this app, but once you do the test print, if all the colors come out okay, then your printer is ready to go and you can get started printing whatever you'd like. Once you get it set up on your phone or iPad, you can start using it on your computer. You can run it on a PC or a Mac. And I want to show you my very first two prints, actually. I am using these little ceramic magnets that came in the box, and it was super easy. I'm using images from their software library. So let me show you exactly how I got this first print going and how easy it was. The first thing you're going to do is place your item on the bed, which I did. I'm using a little bit of that little magnet, and I'm going to press that snapshot button. What that does is it runs the lasers and the cameras, and it measures everything, and it'll update your software with a photo of what you're printing on. So you can see the magnet there. I'm just choosing a random image from their library and rotating it and moving it so it's in the middle, just something I can test. Again, that's a picture of the magnet that they can see on the bed. So then you can go ahead and press print. For your first one, it has this prep kind of checklist just to make sure everything looks good. So once it does, if everything is right, you'll press print. It's going to send it to the printer. You always have to press the button to actually get it to go. And then it's just going to take a couple of minutes to get through that print. So as you can see, the colors are very vibrant. This textured one is so cool. I just chose like the texture in their software, but you could upload your own photo, use your AI tools in the software and transform your photos into a 3D textured thing. So it's got a lot of really cool possibilities. So these are my very first two prints, and I think it was super successful, super easy to get things lined up, and the quality was really, really good. Now I want to talk you through the specs of the printer and the different capabilities that you have with it and the different options for the other machines that you can get to complement your printer and what you want to make. So like I said, it was super easy to set up. There are a few features that I want to highlight, some things that stood out to me and that I liked about this printer. The printer itself is 20 by 16 by 14 inches, and the print area itself, the print bed, you can print up to 15.75 inches by 11.8 inches. So it does leave you a good size to work with to print on your materials. The printer has lasers in it that auto measure, get the depth, the placement, the item to, it'll put a picture of your workspace on your computer or on the software so you can get things lined up. It has worked really, really well. I've had experience with other machines and things that it's like hard to get things to line up, but everything I've printed so far works really, really well. It lines up and things are always where I want them to be. So that's a huge plus. It also does auto cleaning. So you don't have to worry about going in and running cleaning cycles or physically cleaning it every day. It's gonna run it on its own. You can, like, of course, if like you're having issues with the ink or whatever, you can go in and run the cleaning cycles in the software, but it's going to run these automatically to make it as easy as possible, which is good for me because I have other machines and printers and things that I have to do things every single day. I really like that it's automatic. And lastly, the software, I felt like it was pretty user-friendly, and it can be used on mobile, so any phone that you have, or iPad or tablet, as well as any PC or Mac. And so whatever you have at home, you don't have to buy anything special to run the software. You're going to be able to run it on whatever computer or device that you have at home. The rotary attachment is going to allow you to print on tumblers or mugs or things like that. And it is really easy to install. All you have to do is take out the print bed and put in the rotary. The software for the printer is going to update and know that you have the rotary attachment installed. And you're going to then just upload whatever image you want to print on it. It'll auto measure and do all the things. It is taking me a little bit of practice to learn the sizing and placement and stuff like that. So in my next video, I'm going to walk through all of the details on how to make a tumbler with the rotary attachment. But my whole channel started with tumblers, so I'm super excited to be able to add images and full wraps and things directly onto tumblers. The other thing in the bundle was the laminating machine, and this is super fun. You can print your own UV DTF transfers. So it is actually a really simple process. All you have to do is print on the transfer paper. So you're going to tell the software that you're printing, a sticker. You're going to get it all lined up and it's going to print directly on the transfer sheet. And then you're going to run it through the laminating machine. All you have to do is like press this heating button and then you're going to run through your transfer. Once you do that, it just takes like a few seconds. You're going to use the cutting tool on the back and your transfers are ready to go. They're super easy to peel and stick. I also have a tutorial coming out on a little bit more slowly in details on how to use this, but it really opens the door because sometimes if your cup is, weird shaped or something like that, it might not work on the rotary. You can just print the transfers and add them yourself, or you can print transfers and sell transfers and stickers as part of your business. So far, all of the projects that I've done has been really, really fun. One of my favorites has been printing on these notebooks. I made a bunch for a local store. This is just like a cardstock notebook. I printed the image directly on the notebook. I used my rotary tool to print directly on some mugs. You saw the magnets that I did early on. I made a similar style coaster to just use around the house. Another project that was super fun to do was printing directly on pencils to customize those and personalize those, as well as doing the transfers for some tumblers. So far, the possibilities honestly seem endless. I'm super happy with the printer. I will continue to use it. I will make things for my business. And overall, it has been a very, very, very positive experience getting to learn how to use this printer. Again, if you are interested in getting that printer, it is going to be on Kickstarter. EUFYMAKE is launching their Kickstarter at the end of April. That will run through June 8th. The earlier you get in on the Kickstarter campaign, the more money you save. Again, the link with all the pricing and details and everything you need to know is underneath this video. In my next video, I'm going to do a detailed breakdown on printing directly on a tumbler using the Rotary Attachment. And then I'm going to have a video using the laminating machine and how to make your own UV-DTF transfers. So if you want to see those two videos, plus all of the detailed tutorials of the notebooks and the pencils and all of the different things that I plan on printing, make sure you're subscribed and watch that next video on your screen.